Good morning, everybody. Before I'm starting, I just want to say that we are working in a lot of industries, but this one is one of my favorite. When you go to baking site, it's very clean everywhere. It should be clean. We speak about food, and it's smelling so good everywhere. I promise you, if you go to recycling or sludge drying or that kind of things, it's completely different environment. So I will speak about something that is very important, and unfortunately, this is belonging to business or this industry as well. Some words about our company. We are a Swedish company. We are on the market since 73. So actually, we had our 50th anniversary some weeks ago. We are leading in a spark detection and quick suppression system. And what we are doing actually since 50 years is that we are working with prevention and protection against fire in industrial processes. We are protecting the machine. This is what we are doing. We are listed on the Stock Exchange of Stockholm, and we have a head office also in Stockholm, and we work worldwide. We work today in 80 countries, and we have about more than 12,000 installations. This is a number of some of our partners worldwide. And I will start from the basic and look at what is the baking industry. First of all, you have two kind of product, baked product. You have the pre-baked product and you have the fully baked product. The pre-baked product is increasing a lot on the market. You know, you buy it in the shop, it's not completely ready. You take it home, you put it in the oven, and you make it yourself. It's warm, it's good, it's fresh, it's very nice. And then you have the fully baked product, which actually you buy it from the shop, it's ready, you go home, and you can eat it. So we have a lot of baking products, cookies, all kind of breads, the baguette, the toast, the burger, tortillas, pizza, wafer, pancakes, and so on and so on. All this is in this kind of industry, where you are baking through often an oven. Unfortunately, fire is a part of the business, as I said before. This was happening in Netherlands, 2013. It was starting like nothing, and the whole factory burned down very quickly. I don't want to scare you, but it is happening. This is another one in France, 2020. Also starting with a little overbaked product that was done in the oven, and almost the whole factory was burning down as well. And the last one in Sweden, 2020, the same happened there. It started with a small particle that was blowing up and make a huge fire. The factory was closed for 2 years. So what are the risks in the process? Again, we are concentrating about the process. This is what we are doing. First of all, you have the oven by itself. You have actually three kind of oven, usually. You have the convection oven, which is the one that you are generating energy outside the oven, and you are sending air inside the oven from outside. That's one of them. The problem there is that you have a lack of humidity, which is getting very dry and very dangerous. The second one, the direct gas oven, which is very common. Gas, even if it has increased, it's quite cheap energy still today. And this one, of course, you have already the fire in the oven. You have the burner there, so you have to be very careful. And the last one, which is an hybrid, has about the same problem and risk than the two other together. Then if there is another part. It has to do with what kind of product you are baking, and also what kind of temperature you are using. As you can see, the pre-baked temperature are lower than the fully baked product, and you can say that higher the temperature is, higher the risks are. This is going together, unfortunately. But there is another point. It is the ingredient that you have in the product. If you have a dry product, the risks are lower. If you have fat product, butter, oil, and so on, then of course you are increasing the risk. Sugar, sweetness, also the sweetness, the sugar, if you have dust of sugar, is very, very flammable. The ignition point is very low. So if we look at typical cause, why it's happening, fire, overheated buildup on the roof of the oven, on the wall, falling on the product. Mechanical failure, that's a nightmare. If the band inside the oven is broken, stop in the oven, you can imagine yourself. Everything is burning down, including the machine. You have a lot of waste, breadcrumbs, and so on inside the oven. This picture there shows under one band in the oven that is working every day today. It's not unusual, it's looking like this. You see the kind of environment it is. Then we have different parts of the oven which are very sensible. One of them is the outlet of the oven. Why? Because if you have an overbaked product, let's say it's brown or even black, when it's coming out from the oven, you get a lot of oxygen there. And then that will increase the temperature and the fire. There is a very high risk to get a fire there. The cooler is also very dangerous for the same reason than the outlet, but it's even worse because in the cooler you have a bunch of fans that are blowing, cooling air, and when you have already at the border of the ignition point, then with that blowing air, you will increase the temperature very, very much and very, very fast. And then it's a very dangerous inside or at the inlet of the cooler. So we do have some solution. We have two main systems. One of them is the preventive system. And the idea with this one is that you have a detection and an extinguishing before it's happening something. That means that when we detect something before a fire, before an explosion, we will detect it and we'll extinguish it very quickly. Then we have the second system that we call a protective system. This one is for protect the process with flame detection and water mist suppression. I will show you more about that. Many times we can combine the both systems on the same network at the same customer. So if you look at the spark and hot body detection, one way you have the detection, which these items or detector working with infrared technology, very specially. And then you have just after water mist nozzle. So it's very small nozzle that are rejecting water on the product. This is typical for spark detection. I will show you now a little movie. Okay, now we started. So what we will see here is the principle of the spark detection system.
This demo shows Firefly's unique and patented protection system. A particle is heated up to a temperature of almost 500 degrees. Note that this is not a spark or a glow. It's just a black particle with enough temperature to cause a fire, in a filter, for example. The Firefly detector recognizes the infrared radiation from the hot particle. Firefly's unique patented multi-check principle can ensure detection quickness and full reliability in process flows in both pneumatic ducts and fall chutes. Once the dangerous particle is detected, it's of the utmost importance to quickly extinguish it. Firefly's state-of-the-art water extinguishing makes sure that dangerous particles are extinguished within milliseconds after detection. As you can see, the system is installed in a plexiglass duct, fully exposed.
Okay, so that was about the spark detection when we are doing the prevention, what we are doing with the prevention system. Now we have the quick suppression system. Again, this is a complete system based with a control unit. You have the flame detection. We have different kind of detector depending about the application. And we have a number of water nozzle, which is water mist nozzle. I will show you how it's working also. So the idea with this one is to act very fast, of course, and enough fast to reduce the damage and the production downtime. This is one point. The other one is to prevent that it's escalating in other area, other zones. So when we speak about flame, in our world, we speak about this size of the flame. And we don't want that it's getting worse. Because if it's like this, you can kill it quite quick. If it's like this, you run away. It's very dangerous. So we want to do it very early at the source of the problem. And of course, there are people working around. So many times we are saving lives with that. This is another picture how it can look under an oven when it's running every day. So we do have dedicated solution for this baking industry. And you can say that all these kind of solution, you can use them for any kind of oven and any kind of product. So inside the oven, it's not unusual that you get a fire inside there. In the inlet and the outlet of the oven, and also if we are taking care about the dust extraction, so the chimney at the outlet of the oven. We are also working between the outlet and the oven and the cooler, this area. We work also with the reject bin. It's quite often your reject bin for rest of product falling down on the process, and also with the oilers. Many products you need to put oilers or other kind of ingredients on the cake, so cookie or breads and so on. So I start with the inside the oven. Inside the oven, it's very tricky. We cannot put the detection inside there. Why? Because the environment is very tough, as you can imagine. It's very dirty, very dusty, and very hot also. So it's very difficult to have a detection there. What we can do is that we are on the dust extraction duct that you see here. We have a detection here. We don't see it very well here. One here and one there. And these are flexi hose. So that means that when we're making a detection, we are also doing the extinguishing directly. So we cannot have the detector inside the oven, but we are quite near. So we will lose maybe a couple of seconds, but it's fast enough anyway. So when we detect there, we have an extinguishing here, but also extinguishing inside the oven. If we look at the outlet of the oven now, so the oven is on the left side. The products are coming from the left to the right into the cooler, as you may see there. And what is happening there, many times, as I said before, due to the increase of oxygen, if it's an overbaked product, it will start fire just at this point. So what we do is that we use this detector here, and we are using a couple of nozzles for extinguishing. So this one will look the whole area of the outlet of the oven. And then we take care about the fire. Again, we speak about this. It's going very fast. We speak about millisecond between the detection and extinguishing. This is a real installation when you have the detection here and the extinguishing here. This oven was made, these people are making pizza. You have a lot of oil in the pizza, olive oil, and it's burning quite a lot and often. This one is about 1.2 meters in width, and that's the beauty with the system, is that if you look at this oven, it's the same solution, but here we speak about 5 meters at the outlet. So it's completely different, but the principle is the same. Instead, you have two detectors here looking at the whole outlet, and then you have the water mist nozzle on the top that you see there. Exactly the same principle. It doesn't matter if it's one oven like this or 5 meter break. We use this also on this kind of oven. This is an oven for wafer, for the people who know that. So we can do that there. We also use it for, this is a cooling arc that you have after the outlet of the oven. This is how we are making the wafer. So we are protecting all this and the oven. The extraction duct, we are protecting them because this is the outlet of the oven. If you have a fire here, the fire will go up very quickly because the speed of the air is very fast in this duct. So you need to take care of it down there, but also up there in the duct, in the chimney. This is the same, but outdoor, before a filter. Then we come to the area which is between the outlet of the oven and the cooler. So what we want to do here, actually, with what we call a bake scan, this detector here, they will detect heat and energy of overbaked product. which means that if you have a product that is brown or black, we want to prevent a fire. So it will be detected here, and just after you will have an extinguishing, cooling down the product very quickly. And this is to protect the product to start a fire later in the process, if it doesn't start there already. So now we'll show you another little movie. The oven is on the left side. You will soon see a detector here, and you see this is the bun, and this is a black product. This is an overbaked product, typical one. Now I will need some help again to start the video. So here you have the detector, and the product are coming out from the oven. You will see what is happening. As soon as it is being detected, the water is activated very quickly and cooling down this product to avoid that it's starting to burn later on the process. There's coming another one, if I remember well. Oh. And it's cooled down. That's fine. I think it's coming one more on fire. And it is. So it's detected. And then you kill the fire very quickly. This is really the idea with this detection. Okay? So, some people, they don't want any water on the product, even though it's dangerous. So, we do have some other solution. This is another oven you see here. The bread is coming out on this conveyor, and it shall go that way to go to a cooler. What we want to do here is that we want to detect also there if you have an overbaked product. So we do a detection here, but when we have a detection, we are connected to our system, we are reversing the conveyor, and the products are falling or going backwards and falling down in a container. In this case, we have it's a plastic container. Of course, it should be a metal container with a lot of water in the bottom. This is what I call an ashtray or reject bin that you have under the outlet of the bun. So it's rest of bread that is falling down there. As you can see, it's very black, but it's very hot as well there. So it's very easy to start a fire at this place. Okay, now we are speaking about reject bins that is on the process. In this case, we see it here. So the product falling down in this reject bin, and the people are taking them out and in. And we're also protecting there because the product falling down are very hot. And also in the bottom of this one, you have a lot of dust, a lot of dirt, and a lot of material. So you have everything to start a fire, actually. This one is another one, different kind of reject bin. Sometimes it's a bit tricky for us to find the right place to put it on, but usually our technicians are finding the place. Another one that you see the bin here. So we maybe have a detection here, and then we have a couple of nozzles to take care of this one. And then we come to actually the last critical zone, which is the oiler. Again, some product needs oil. So this one is very dangerous, of course. You have mechanical movement, and as usual, when you have mechanical movements, there is a risk of friction sooner or later. Then you have the heat, you have the oil, you have everything you need also to start a fire there. So this is another view of it. And what we do is that we are protecting outside the oiler with this flame detection, and now we have a number of water mist nozzle, but we are also inside the oiler, because the fire can start inside, or it can start from outside, because you have a lot of oil outside there as well. Okay, now I'm coming to the end of the funny story. So, a summary, we are protecting inside the oven, only with extinguishing detection in the duct. We are protecting at the outlet, what we call an oven guard, with a very fast flame detection and also water mist extinguishing. We have also the oven outlet dust extraction that we are protecting with another kind of detection. And the area between the outlet of the oven and the cooler, we are using the back scan. The reject bin, the same fast flame detection and water mist nozzle, and the oiler with the same technology here.